And today we're going to talk about how technology has impacted the world of medicine.
In today's day and age, we are incredibly fortunate to have the technology that we have today to cure diseases, perform surgery, and to most importantly, save lives. But in order to fully comprehend the importance of modern-day medicine, we have to understand how we got so advanced in the field in the first place.
Since the beginning of time, scientists and physicians have found new ways of improving the world of medicine, from Andreas Vesali's theories of comparative anatomy during the scientific revolution to
Oswald Hope Robinson's life-saving discovery of blood transfusions during World War I, or even Sir Alexander Fleming's creation of penicillin that was widely used during World War II.
It's obvious that even the smallest of discoveries can be used to change the way we see modern-day medicine today.
But before we talk about the current-day inventions that have changed the way we view the world of medicine, let's talk about some of the theorists and scientists that we just mentioned from a historical point of view.
First, we have Andreas Vesalius, the creator of comparative anatomy. Comparative anatomy is defined as the study of similarities and differences in the anatomy of different species.
During the scientific revolution, the time in which Andreas invented this theory, he challenged the idea of Galen, a well-known scientist at the time who created the idea of Galenism.
As Vesalius studied Galen's ideas of human anatomy, he noticed some suspicious ideas stated in his theory. Firstly, Galen claimed that human breastbones were made of 7 segments, unlike Andreas, who stated that the human breastbone actually had 3 segments.
But this wasn't the craziest thing that Vesalius came across during his findings of Galen's research. He found out that Galen had never even dissected a human body. Because of this, Andreas Vesalius knew that he had to share his ideas with others, and he lectured at Padua and Bologna. Unlike Galen, he stole human bodies from cemeteries, dissected them in secret, and found that humans have a very different anatomy than animals.
Even though his idea was not fully believed until about 300 years after he shared the ideas, he is known now as the founder of modern human anatomy. Darwin later studied his theory and used it to build his idea of evolution. Now let's talk about Oswald Hope Robertson, who saved lives during World War I by learning how to transfer blood in order to heal wounded soldiers.
Robertson was a U.S. Army doctor who created the first blood bank in Britain to be used for the American and British soldiers during World War I. Although he created the first blood bank, he stopped his studies and joined France's medical team.
While in France, he experimented with maintaining human blood cells for transfusions and became known as the inventor of the blood bank.
Like Andreas Vesalius, he challenged ideas to educate people on inventions and theories that can save lives even today. The last historical example that we are going to talk about today is Sir Alexander Fleming's creation of penicillin during World War II.
At the beginning of his medical career, Alexander knew that he had an interest in the natural bacterial action of the blood and in antiseptics. During this time, he studied the influenza virus and noticed that a mold had prevented the growth of the bacteria known as Staphylococcus, developed on the plague.
Because of his accidental discovery, the miracle drug known as penicillin was born. The military used his drug in World War II, and Alexander even won the Nobel Prize in Medicine, along with many others. Because of his incredible creation, penicillin has saved an estimated 200 million lives.
These 3 ideas clearly prove that the world of technology has impacted medicine because of how it's constantly improving in order to save lives.
And now, without further ado, we are going to talk about some current-day technology that has impacted our world in the field of medicine.
Due to humanity's never-ending curiosity and the scientists that we just mentioned, the 21st century had major breakthroughs such as the discovery of the human genome, stem cell research, and the creation of the MRI.
According to the National Human Genome Research Institute, the human genome is defined as an organism's complete set of DNA that contains the genetic instructions needed to develop and direct the activities of every organism.
Think of the human genome as a puzzle. In order to solve a puzzle, you need information from the pieces to determine where things go in the picture that you are trying to complete. Some of the pieces are jagged, while others have a smooth edge that are intended to fit on the outside edge of the puzzle.
The human genome is similar to a puzzle in that instructions are needed to direct activity to solve a problem. DNA, what makes our genetic makeup unique, is what drives the human genome to complete its purpose in a living thing.
This incredible discovery was originally funded by Congress in 1990, but was not completed until April 2003. Originally, the human genome was intended to be discovered to see how radiation affects a long-term health because of the atomic bombs that were dropped in Japan 1945 during the time of World War II.
The human genome is crucial to understanding the complexity of diseases in order to treat and prevent all illnesses. Even though the human genome is obviously a huge discovery in the field of medicine, stem cell research and the creation of the MRI has moved our world in a positive direction to save more lives.
Although it's a controversial topic, stem cells have been fascinating and shocking scientists for centuries. According to Wikipedia, stem cells are omnipotent and pluripotent cells of the body which can divide and differentiate.
As an organism grows, the stem cells specialize and have certain functions, or jobs. Organs such as skin, muscle, blood, bone, livers, and nerves all have different types of cells, making stem cell research incredibly complicated.
Originally discovered in 1981, this topic is controversial because of the use of cells from unborn human fetuses to propel this research forward. The research being conducted for stem cell research is important because it will help treat diseases, grow transplants, and regenerate tissues in the body.
It could be said that the human genome and stem cell research relate back to Andreas Vesalius' theory because in order to understand both of the subjects, you have to understand the human body and its many functions. Not only has the research in medicine improved with the human genome and stem cell research, but imaging to find causes for illnesses has also been greatly affected.
MRIs have been around since the year 1977, but are still widely used among doctors. Magnetic resonance imaging, as it is less commonly called, are scanners that are used to create pictures of the organs in the patient's body.
The MRI can be used for several different purposes, like determining if a patient has a serious medical condition, such as dementia or epilepsy. The only downside to this form of imaging is that it is much more expensive than a typical X-ray and overdiagnosis.
Without the technology that has been developing for centuries, our world wouldn't be this able to move forward and would be in an endless cycle of sickness and disease.
Andreas Vesalius, Oswald Hope Robertson, and Sir Alexander Fleming are only a few of the many people that challenged pre-existing ideas and progressed the world of medicine. The discovery of the human genome, stem cell research, and the creation of the MRI would not have been made possible not only because of the people that we just mentioned, but because of the constantly changing technology that surrounds us.
And that's an idea worth sharing. The octopus. No, the blue octopus. You have that. Okay.
I just played it.
Vesalius, the creator of comparative and... I messed up.
That's okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. First we have Andreas Vesalius, the creator of comparative anatomy.
Okay. I just said it could be say. And that's an idea worth sharing.